As many of us know, there is a new gun possibly coming to Valorant. This gun is called the OUTLAW. It costs 2,400 credits and it falls under the category of sniper rifles. Now, a lot of people have been saying this gun might actually be a game changer, and I agree, which I'll explain in a sec. I'll also cover how this gun may change up the pro scene as well. Alright, first let's actually take a good look at this new gun. We know it falls under the category of a sniper rifle, but what makes it different from the other two? If you look closely, you'll see that the scope on the OUTLAW is shorter than the scope on the Marshall. And we know that the Marshall zoom doesn't go as far as the Operator does. So I would assume that this gun would be most effective holding short to mid-range angles rather than long ones. Also, it doesn't even look like a sniper scope if you compare it to the Marshall and the Operator, so it would be something along the lines of what an ACOG scope would look like in Call of Duty, but on drugs. And for a really insane theory, it could even be a thermal scope that shows enemies through objects. Now this is highly unlikely as it would be incredibly broken, even if it was nerfed, where it would only show enemies through wallbangable objects and the gun only did like 25 damage per shot, because the information alone would be huge. Anyways, I want to talk about the price. 2,400 credits for this rifle actually makes you question why you would buy this gun over saving for a Vandal the next round, or buying a Vandal with light shields the current round. Well, we know that the Marshall does 101 damage to the body, and the Operator is a one-shot kill to the body, so it would make sense that the OUTLAW does a damage of 125 or 126. Basically, the OUTLAW would be able to knock out light armor in one body shot. Now, if this happens, it could really change up how eco rounds are played out. If you lose the first round, you could have one or two players buying the OUTLAW with others fully saving. If the players who bought the OUTLAW can land a shot on the enemy team, it most likely will kill them if they bought half shield second round. And if not, it makes them incredibly low for the other players to finish off. We may see some sort of strat in pro play where a team may designate a single player to always buy the OUTLAW on eco rounds, to do as much damage as they can and increase their chances of winning the round. Given how it's much cheaper than the Operator and yet does heavy damage, potentially we may end up seeing the OUTLAW purchased over the Operator in buy rounds as well. It's nearly twice as cheap as the Operator, but it does a significant amount of damage. That just might be enough to consider the OUTLAW over the Op in certain scenarios. I don't see this gun being as accurate as the Marshall when hip firing, but also not as inaccurate as the Op, so I'd imagine something in between would make sense. That's pretty much all I got on the OUTLAW. There are some more cool theories out there, but I think I've covered the most practical and likely of the ideas. Who knows, it might all be wrong and we may end up with a Guardian with a scope. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Till next time, peace.